Hi everyone, so welcome to card number 2. I start off using an Inkadinkado stamp using Momentous tuxedo ink, and I go ahead and take my Copic marker and I just fill in all the black spots. I take my W0 and I use that for the whole entire base of the image. My light source is coming from directly head on, so I use all the shading around the edges of the image. Next, I move on to W1 and I color in all the edging. Then I move into W3 and I finish that off. Once I'm done, I move back from W3 and work my way to the lightest. With my pumpkin, I start off with Y19. I fill in the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. This is so if I go over it with my orange, I can always go back and blend it out. For the base, I use YR04, and going to my next shade, I use YR07, and I just fill in all the areas of where the shading would be. The last color I use is YR28, and I just go in and I fill that all in with my darkest shading would be. Then I go ahead and I work my way from the darkest back to the lightest. Next, using my fine tip scissors, I just go ahead and I cut out the image. I use a fine tip Sharpie just to go around the edges to get rid of the white. I used pink paisley Hocus Pocus collection, and I already went ahead and distressed all my edges, and I am just now applying the foam dots to the back. I am adhering the first layer to my cardstock. Next, I die cut a border, and this is from Memory Box. It's called Happy Halloween border. And I just go ahead and I wiggle it free. Next, I take my brad setter and I just poke out the little tiny pieces from the inside of the die. Using my Martha Stewart punch, this is a spooky cat, I just punch out a border. I am just making sure that I want the layout that I had in mind, and making sure that I don't have to cut anything down before I adhere everything permanently to the page. Because the details are so fine, I take my Mono Multi and I just run thin lines through the whole entire die cut. Next, I'm using my multi-mono again, and I'm just gluing down everything into place. I pretty much know how I want it all to lay out, so now I'm just making my commitment to the page. I am using Versafine ink along with Scrappymomstamps and a Haunty Haunting We Will Go, and just stamping it out. I use my Spellbinders dies, this is the Petite Labels one, and I just cut it out. I like where it's placed, so I just place it down there, and I use some gems just to give it some accent. Next, I take some gems and I go around the whole entire image on the top and on the bottom, just placing one individual at a time. After determining my layout for the inside, I go ahead and I adhere everything down. Next, I go ahead and I adhere this circle. These are the Spellbinders, and they're the biggest of the smallest dies. And I just layer 2 of them so that I can write my sentiment in the center of the green one. Next, I take from the same stamp set, using my Spellbinders labeled 1 die, I just use the bigger setting, and I cut it out and adhere it to the top. I add 1 more of the Martha Stewart Spooky Cats to the bottom left side. And then this is a Martha Stewart punch that I just punched out. So I'm just adding the same accents that I did in the front with the gems. And basically that completes my card. So I hope you like card number 2. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.